I am not a medical professional. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only. Please consult with your healthcare provider for any medical advice. Recently, I've been receiving lots of emails and messages from some of you who would like to know how exactly to do a detox or a cleanse. So I'm going to go over 5 ways that you can do a detox. So what exactly is a detox or a cleanse? Detoxification is a type of alternative medicine treatment which aims to rid the body of toxins, which are substances that have accumulated in the body and have undesirable short-term or long-term effects on the individual's health. There are several ways that you can detox. The most common is through fasting. There are various types of fast as well. So the different types of fast include water fast, liquid fast, smoothie fast, and fruit fast, as well as a raw food fast. These fasts are pretty self-explanatory. Water fast, you would only consume water during a specified time of your detox or cleanse. Liquid fast would include where you are consuming things such as juice. Some people also will juice fruits only, or fruits and vegetables, and they'll only consume the liquid minus the fiber. That is where you would use like a juicer. Smoothies is where you would blend up the whole fruit and or veggie, and it would include the fiber. And then there's fruit fast, where you would just consume fruit only, and then raw food fast, where you would consume raw fruits and vegetables. For the best result, you definitely want to consume raw fruits and vegetables from the nutrition guide, Dr. Sebi's nutrition guide. So next I'm going to go over how to do a detox. Depending on the fasting method that you choose, you want to focus on only consuming the drinks and or foods that are specific to your fast for the specified amount of time. It is highly recommended that you also take cleansing herbs, which help to accelerate the healing process. So for example, if you're doing a water fast for 3 days, you will only drink water while taking your cleansing herbs. You could take the cleansing herbs either in tea form or in capsule form. Nothing else should be consumed during those 3 days. This would also apply the same if you're doing a smoothie fast. You would only drink smoothies, or if you're doing a fruit fast, you would only eat fruit, and so on and so on. So how long do you do a detox or a cleanse? The duration of a detox depends on the individual's tolerance and level of toxicity. Typically, it's recommended that you do a detox for 7 to 14 days. However, 1 to 3 months is best. Dr. Sebi did fast for 90 days, which is quite difficult for most people. He did fast on water, tamarind juice, and of course he consumed the herbs to cleanse his body. If you have health issues that make it difficult to fast on water and or juice, I recommend that you do a fruit fast or a raw fruit and veggie fast. Make sure that you're consuming foods from Dr. Sebi's nutrition guide. You will still get results, but it may take a little longer, but just be patient. The healing will still happen for you either way. Another question that I've been receiving is, how much of the cleansing herbs do I take? If you're taking herbs from a pre-purchased cleansing package, please follow the recommended dosage or instructions that are provided for that cleansing package, such as from Dr. Sebi's Cell Food, from their website. If you order the cleansing package, there are directions on how you should consume the herbs. If you are using your own cleansing herbs, or you have purchased herbs in bulk and you're making your own teas or capsules, I recommend that you do research and find out what the recommended dosage is for each herb, particularly if you are taking them in capsule form. Typically, it is easier to make herbal teas. Herbal teas, you want to use a ratio of 1 teaspoon to 8 ounces of water for each herb. You can make larger batches of these herbs, and I'll go over later how you can combine them so that it'll be much easier than constantly making small cups of each herb per day. So how do you prepare the cleansing herbs? Again, as I stated before, typically it's easier to make herbal teas with the ratio of 1 teaspoon to 8 ounces of water for each herb. You can, again, also make larger batches of the herb using the same ratio. If you choose to combine the herbal teas, I recommend that you combine them in the following ways. I recommend that you mix the colon and gallbladder cleansing herbs. You can mix the liver and kidney cleansing herbs, mix the respiratory and mucus cleansing herbs, and the lymphatic and heavy metal cleansing herbs. This is only my recommendation. You can mix this however you want to, but I recommend it this way because you don't want to mix too many herbs into one batch, or you will have a less concentrated herbal tea. You want to get as concentrated as you can from the amount of herbs that you're adding to your batch. So if you're mixing maybe 10 herbs and you're trying to mix them all in one batch, and you're drinking 1 cup of that maybe 3 times a day, you're not getting the same level of concentration of the herbs if you were to mix, say, 3 herbs into that batch, and then you have maybe 3 batches that have 3 herbs in each batch, and you're drinking 3 cups at a time 3 times a day. So you're drinking 9 cups of tea, but you're getting more of the herbs and more concentration of the herbs in your body, if that makes sense. Some of these herbs that I did mention in previous videos, they do cleanse multiple parts of the body. In that case, you just have to choose how you'd like to incorporate them. Again, you're consuming these herbs all at one time, so it's not a real big deal as far as how you choose to mix them. This is just my recommendation so that it will be easier than making maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 cups of different teas. Then, you can just combine them all together, or combine at least 3 together in 3 separate batches or 4 separate batches, and then you can drink, a cup or 2 of each batch, and that will be a lot easier to consume. And again, I recommend that you try not to combine more than 3 herbs together to keep the concentration at a good level so that it is still effective. If you are on medication, I recommend that you take the herbs 1 hour before taking your meds. This was actually recommended by Dr. Sebi. Your colon cleansing herbs should not be consumed for longer than 30 days because your body may become dependent on them, and you want to start to reduce the dose during your last 3 to 5 days, depending on how long you've been taking them. So typically, I take the colon cleansing herbs when I'm doing a detox. I'll take them twice a day, in the morning and at night. If I'm doing a 14-day cleanse, right around day 10, I will start to take it once a day. And that way I will slowly wean myself off of it. Maybe around the last day or 2, day 12 or 14, I'll take it once a day. That way my body can start to kick in and the colon will function or get used to functioning without the help or aid of the colon cleansing herbs. So now I'll go over how to prepare the cleansing herbs. Leafy type of herbs should be steeped. Those are ones that look like dried, ground up, or powdered leaves. If you have herbal powder, and you're not sure, you want to confirm if it's the powder or the root. But when you're dealing with powders, it's not as important because it's so finely ground. This is if you're having like the chunks of the root, and things like that. For example, you can get burdock root from some Asian stores and you can cut that up yourself. And if you're using something like that, or a dried root more than likely, then typically you want to boil your root herbs for 15 to 20 minutes. Allow them to cool before consuming them, or consume them while they're warm. For the leafy type herbs, you don't want to boil them. You want to boil the water first, then pour the hot water over the herbs and let it steep for about 15 to 20 minutes. Herbal teas are the easiest way to consume cleansing herbs. This is also the method used by Dr. Sebi in Usha village. However, due to the bitter taste of some herbs, you can make herbal capsules, but I recommend that you take them at the recommended dose. Again, because each herb has its own individual recommended dose, I recommend that you research it if you're buying your herbs in bulk or powder form, where you're not getting them already in capsule form and you're choosing to do it yourself. You do want to research how much you should be using if you're choosing to consume it by capsule. A few common symptoms during your detox. Some people experience some of these symptoms, and some people experience additional symptoms. These are just some of the most common. Some people have a hard time sleeping. You may feel cold, have cold and flu type symptoms, tongue discoloration, itching, rashes or breakouts, aches and pains, changes in bowel movements. Generally, you will have less bowel movements. Your energy may be low. You may expel mucus, and you may have a low blood pressure. This is temporarily, and it usually will subside after the first week. Another question that I have been getting is from some of you who would like to know when to take the revitalizing herbs. Typically, it's recommended that you take them after you've completed your cleanse of about 14 to 30 days. However, whether you detox for 1 week or 1 month, you will still benefit from the cleanse, and you should start the revitalizing herbs immediately after. The amount of time that you cleanse does greatly help in the healing process, but it is not the only factor. As I mentioned before, the longer the fast, the better the results. Whatever method that you choose to detox and the length of time, you don't want to overdo it. So next I'll go over how to break a fast. About 3 days into a water or liquid fast, the digestive tract shuts down. This allows the body to focus more on healing because it's no longer using energy to aid in digestion. If you are doing a water or a liquid fast, you will need to slowly reintroduce solid foods, or you may have digestion issues. I recommend eating fruit that have high levels of water, such as watermelon and berries. For every 3 days of your fast, you want to consume these fruit for 1 day. So for example, if you fasted for 14 days, you want to consume fruit for 5 days while slowly reintroducing more solid foods, fruits and vegetables such as bananas and apples, and you can also start to reincorporate some of your veggies a little later on. If you are fasting on fruits and or raw veggies, you can skip this process. A few things to remember. Only eat foods that are on Dr. Sebi's nutrition guide after completing your detox or cleanse. Drink 1 gallon of spring water every day. The revitalizing herbs and Irish moss are a necessary part of healing in order to restore the body after cleansing. It's very beneficial to cleanse at least once per year for 7 days if you are consuming an alkaline diet. If you are not eating an alkaline diet, you should cleanse every 3 months for at least 7 days. Keep in mind that consuming foods that are acidic will put the body at risk for relapsing. I would like to end with a quote from Dr. Sebi. Disease can only exist in an environment that is acidic. Only consistent use of natural botanical remedies will effectively cleanse and detoxify a diseased body, reversing it to its intended alkaline state. I will have a link below for my Facebook group if you'd like to have more information and see testimonies from other members who have had success, as well as get some great recipe ideas. I will also have a link on where you can purchase some of the herbs that I have mentioned in previous videos. And I will also have a link for both of my cookbooks that are currently available, Alkaline Meal Ideas Volume 1 and 2. Thank you for watching.